Hi everyone, this is the Dragon's Rabbitry. Yes, you all recognize this. This was where I had my Florida Whites, and then after that it's where I had my Mini Rexes. And right now it is in service as my soft quarantine. That is rabbits that are newly arrived. They're not sick as far as I know, but they don't get introduced to the rest of the rabbitry until I get a chance to be sure. So no, they're not going to live in these cages for very long. These are much too small, oh hello, for these guys to live in the long run. As far as I'm concerned, I'm sure they probably think it's fine. But this is the importance of quarantine, which is what I'm talking about. Now, as far as I know, all of these rabbits are fine and healthy, but they were potentially exposed to other rabbits. And I cannot guarantee that all of the rabbits they were exposed to are fine and healthy. So, rather than potentially expose my herd, I have this area set up as a soft quarantine. What do I mean soft quarantine? I mean, I don't think they're sick. I'm not dressed in a full hazmat suit. I'm not wearing gloves. I'm not using a completely separate everything. I'm just using separate water bottles. These water bottles get refilled and reused right here. And I feed and water them last. And then I go in and wash my hands. Hard quarantine is when I have a rabbit that I'm pretty sure might be sick. That's either in my shed or in my house, because I want to completely change everything before I potentially contact my other rabbits. By the way, please forgive the assorted yard noises. It's a nice day, so people are mowing. It is critically important, if you're going to bring in rabbits to your herd, that you have a cage or an area away from the rest of your herd of rabbits where you can put these rabbits and watch them. The usual thing is 30 days. This, by the way, also lets you find out that, for instance, the rabbit that wasn't supposed to be pregnant that's been known to happen. But usually what you're watching for is discharge from the nose, any of the usual symptoms of being sick. Do I think any of these rabbits are going to show that? No, I do not. These rabbits are all from incredibly good quality backgrounds, but there's stress, there's transport, there's everything else. So they go in the soft quarantine zone for about a month. Hi, hello. And then afterwards, they go into a bigger cage. Pardon me while I wrestle with this. This is a bad quality cage. I mean, I'm sure it's fine for them, but it's not good for me. So these guys will eat the same food that everybody else eats. They will live the same life everybody else lives. They get toys. They get hay for fun. Not because they need hay, but because they want enrichment. Generally, they just live like they would in my normal herd, except they're kept a little separate, so that if any of them do, by any chance, show any signs of being sick, I'm not going to lose my whole herd. And that is critically important, because it's possible to treat one rabbit. It's even possible to treat 5 rabbits, which is how many I have here, for an illness without breaking the bank or driving yourself crazy. But if you bring in one sick rabbit that either has to be isolated and treated, or, worst case scenario, has to be put down, do you really want to have to treat your entire herd of rabbits? Do you really want to lose all of your rabbits? Because it can happen, and I've seen it happen to other people. So there is my rabbit keeping advice of the day. Learn from other people's mistakes, and do not lose your herd. Quarantine. Have a good day.